Warning. Gory Storytime is a horror movie review show by a son and his dad who thought that letting his 5-year-old watch scary movies was acceptable. If you are offended by horror or talk about blood and gore by a child, or if you don't want horror movies from the 60s through today spoiled, then there is a remote stuck in your couch cushion next to potato chip crumbs. Use it. And of course, parental discretion is advised.
Why? You didn't use any.
Shut up and start the show.
Welcome to Gory Storytime. I'm your host, Jason. This is my mom helping me review these things. Looks like you've gotten a call.
It does look like I have a call. There we go. Hello?
So, I'm not going to be able to make it in today. I don't feel good. So, because I'm kind of sick of Twilight movies. So, I'll try to make it next week.
Yeah, sure.
Can I do that?
No, you're not allowed to do that.
Can I take a vacation day?
No vacation days. You gotta get through all of the movies.
All too many of them.
Oh, you poor little baby, you.
So should you give a rundown of the movie or should I? Because I've got a rundown of the movie
No,
ready.
no. We're good. We don't need your rundown of the movie. Rundown of the movie. Some bad stuff is happening a couple towns over, and a lot of danger ensues.
Well, see, that seems kind of vague. Should I give one too?
No, we're good. Just roll the preview, dude.
To the trailer.
Jacob, what are you doing?
I'm here to warn you. Just leave. Now. She has a right to know.
What?
We've been tracking the situation in Seattle for a while. Unexplained disappearances. Killings.
Someone's creating an army.
An army of vampires? They're coming here.
This is an ugly fight. His lives lost. We're in. As long as we get to kill some vampires.
It's time.
Yes, it is.
This big thing that didn't seem to happen. Hello! Doesn't that look like a thing that happened a long time ago?
Sure.
Shouldn't we give a shout out to our sponsors, our real sponsors of real things you can actually do in the real world?
Word from our sponsors. Gory Storytime is brought to you by E&J Insurance. E&J will protect you better than other insurance companies. E&J knows you love us and want you to know we love you. E&J will protect you from car accidents and on motorcycles, from large groups of violent demons, and more. If you have a little one on the way, ask about our imprinting service, which will mean we would die before letting the baby get hurt. That's E&J Insurance. Call today.
And by OriginalVision.com. Are you sick of asking people what they think of a new movie or TV series? And they answer with a snarky remark like, the book was better, or the comics are better. Well, now you can know what they're talking about with OriginalVision.com. New Marvel movie coming out? We'll send you comics to teach you what you need to know. Older movies to new releases based on books? We'll send you the books from Harry Potter to Lord of the Rings, or Twilight to 50 Shades of Grey. We got the novels, remake movies, watch the OG Ghostbusters, King Kong, Planet of the Apes. So catch up with what you need to know with OriginalVision.com. See, I thought that was going to take a totally different turn when I read that.
So did I.
Original Vision. I thought it was going to, original. Not new. You should go first.
Oh, I should. Okay. Did you know, in the stories that Billy Black tells at the bonfire, the third wife was originally going to be played by Kristen Stewart. She did perform the scene, but the director David Slade and author Stephanie Meyer thought it had an intentional comical effect.
Kristen Stewart wore a wig for this film after cutting her hair short for The Runaways.
Kristen Stewart received her high school diploma by correspondent 1 week before filming Bella's graduation scene. She took a mock graduation photo with an extra so she'd have a photo of herself graduating high school.
Tom Felton and Channing Tatum were both considered for the role of Riley. Which one?
Riley
Off the top of my head, I can't
is the one
picture
that
one.
was fighting with Victoria up on the mountain where they were camping out.
Oh, the other dog.
No,
No.
that's Seth.
Is he...
Riley is the vampire that came with Victoria, the one that
Oh, the
led
blonde
the
one?
army.
The blonde one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The note Bella retrieves from her drawer that happens to be from Jacob is actually the same note that is used as the prologue of the Eclipse novel. As in the novel, lines of text are scored out rather than erased.
Taylor Lautner told Jimmy Kimmel on Jimmy Kimmel Live, the Twilight Saga Total Eclipse of the Heart, that the censors required that the wolves have no genitalia whenever they appear on screen. That makes sense. He has no balls.
They neutered him.
All of them. That's why you don't see any puppies running around.
Eclipse is actually Taylor Lautner's favorite book in the Twilight series.
Because he gets the most screen time.
He might get just as much, if not a little bit more, in
So far. Not the last
movie.
one. I'm not saying the last one. So far, he gets
So
the most
far, yes.
screen time in this version. Originally, the scene where Jacob carries Bella to mask her scent, Taylor was to push Kristen on a cart, but it did not look real enough, so Taylor agreed to carry Kristen himself. Only after so many takes, his arms were extremely sore as they filmed the scene all day.
Oh my.
Jeez.
Paul Waits, Drew Barrymore, James Mangold, and J.A. Bayona were considered as directors.
James Mangold, I don't remember if he was the director or what, but he was connected to the X-Men movies, I think.
Drew Barrymore?
Not Drew Barrymore.
No, I know, but really? Okay.
David Slade was stated that most of Nikki Reed's fight scenes at the climax were left out because the dailies that came back from the lab were underexposed and the shooting schedule would not allow him and the crew to reshoot her parts.
Well, that sucks. director David Slade originally spoke against the Twilight series, stating that he wouldn't go near the franchise. Shortly after he was announced as the director of Eclipse, he quickly withdrew his previous remarks, claiming it to be a joke he was doing to promote some comedy shorts.
I know what happened. He absolutely hates them, right? But they signed him on because they were like, oh, we heard you hate this. So they threw a bunch of money at him and he pretended it was all a lie.
Right?
Robert Pattinson refused to let his eyebrows be plucked or waxed down as they'd been in the previous two films.
Jackson Rothbone, Jasper. Favorite actress is Bryce Dallas Howard, who happened to be cast alongside him in the film.
Jasper's one of the Collins, right?
Yep.
So I wouldn't say cast alongside, because, you know, they were supposed to hate each other.
Right.
Which must have been weird for him. Rochelle Lefevre was fired by Summit Entertainment from this movie because her filming schedule overlapped with that of her other movie, Barney's Version, and was replaced by Bryce Dallas Howard. Wait, so that other lady
That's
was
Victoria.
the one in the first two, right?
She
second
was in the
one.
first one,
Oh,
but she was not in the second one.
See, that's why I didn't recognize her, because, like, she was the one running around killing everyone in the woods,
This is
right?
the same woman, this Bryce Dallas Howard. In the first movie that we reviewed, the facts that stated that she was originally picked for the part, but she turned it down based on that she thought it was such a short role that she didn't want to accept it.
See, I didn't remember
So when
that.
Rachel couldn't fulfill her part in the movie, they went back to her and she said yes.
Yeah, because now she has screen time.
Yes. Prior to the release of the movie, the Volvo company sponsored an online game in several countries, including the continental U.S., which they gave away a car of the same make and model, or make and color as Edward's silver Volvo featured in the Twilight Saga. The Twilight Saga Eclipse 2010, this game was called Lost in Forks and was a maze-style game in which the player had to drive around the town of Forks, Washington, and be the fastest player to reach Bella's graduation party at the Cullens house in the shortest number of road forks. The game featured several locations featured in the book, such as Bella's house, La Push Beach, the site of the newborn battle, and the lumber mill. The player could also unlock several Easter eggs, including wallpaper, movie clips, and plot secrets. Volvo announced that the shortest route possible to the Cullens house was 11 forks.
Lucy Hale was considered for the role of Leah Clearwater after auditioning for the role of Jane in the previous installment.
Oddly enough, neither one of those was Jane.
Right.
Chris Weitz was so busy completing the Twilight Saga New Moon that he turned down the chance to direct this.
The scenes of Victoria building her army were based on the novella The Short Second Life of Brie Tanner, written by Stephanie Meyer and distributed in first draft form to the cast. One particular line given by Edward to Jane indicates he knew about the alliance alluded to in the novella, but with no proof, it was something he could do nothing about.
The original editor, Art Jones, was to be solely credited for the film. 3 months before the film's release, however, Jones was abruptly released by the studio. In regards to that, David Slade later commented that although Jones' edit was good, Summit felt that it didn't have the intensity intended. Summit immediately brought back Nancy Richards, who edited the first film, to recut and fine-tune the edit. However, Jones' name still made the final credits.
The first Twilight film, this was the first Twilight film to be released in a large screen format for presentation on IMAX screens.
That's cool. Miranda Kerr and Vanessa Hudgens were considered to play Leah Clearwater. Interesting.
That's all of it.
That's all of it.
So, what would you have to say your favorite scene in this movie is? Wow, you're the fan, and I already have one ready before you do. Wow.
Yes, but it's easier for you to pick a favorite and least favorite because you don't like them. I like them. Therefore, it should be harder for me to pick a favorite because I like more of it than you do.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go with my favorite scene is the one in the tent where Edward and Jacob are talking because they're actually getting along instead of fighting, which is what Bella would want.
See, okay, that's weird because my favorite scene is the same scene, but because I thought the exact opposite of it, they were being assholes to each other over her while she was asleep, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
But it is
That they
also
were-
the most that they've gotten along.
I wouldn't say they were getting along. They literally, the scene ended with
They weren't
well, if it
fighting in fists over the top of her, you know?
weren't, right, but
They were civilly
I wouldn't say civilly because
hate arguing or whatever you want to
Mom,
call it.
Mom, literally it ended with Mom, that scene ended with both of them saying, if she wasn't here, I'd kill you.
Yes, but she was there. Therefore, they weren't killing each other.
Because she'd die. Remember the whole she was freezing to death thing?
Yeah.
So that's why they weren't physically fighting, because they, for some reason, both are...
In love with her?
He has no balls, how can he? Okay. So do you have a least favorite scene? Because I know I do.
I can guess what your least favorite scene is. But my least favorite scene is the one where Jacob gets half his body crushed.
Dang it, I just had it in my mind and now it's blanking. Explain why that's your least favorite for a second while I think.
Because Jacob gets half of his entire body crushed?
Give it a little bit more than that, okay? Less vague. You're really good at less vague.
I'm really good at less vague. Oh God, I don't like that scene the most because Jacob gets his entire body crushed, thus devastating Bella, thus devastating both of them, and she has to go confront him and, you know, be all like, well, I don't love you enough to stay with you, and I know how much that can hurt a person.
Okay, see, my least favorite scene was a reoccurring thing that had happened throughout the whole movie, and it all was caused by something that happened in the last movie, which was also my least favorite in the last one, because I absolutely hate both of these main good guys, right? Jacob and Edward. I hate that Bella, after saying, yes, I'll marry you, old guy, said, actually, I want the ballless dog. And can't decide between the two of them. And makes out with not her fiancé frequently.
Okay.
She's a cheating, horrible human being who deserves to die.
Okay, let me put it to you like this. As much as some of the people who are listening may not like to hear the words that I'm about to say. But if I had a best friend who was in love with me and I could prevent them from running off and killing themselves by a simple action of kissing them, I would do it. I don't care who my significant other is,
Okay.
I would
Here's
do
what
it
I'm
to
gonna have
save
to
their
say.
life.
Here's what I'm gonna have to say. He's going to die anyways, right? In the way I look at it, because he wanted to go and fight, right? For her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's gonna die either way. What I'm saying is, so he's being stopped by her to make out from going and saving her life.
Yes, but he's running in without his head in the right place mentally.
Not really.
Yes, really.
No, he's an angry wolf. There's nothing better
and
than
if
an
you
angry
run into
wolf.
a fight angry, you could do something stupid out of anger and lose the fight.
Not when there's a whole pack of angry wild wolves.
If you go into a fight with a level head, clear thinking, you have a better chance of winning the fight than you do if you go into it angry and not able to actually think about the things you're doing.
No,
because
because
anger
if he-
trumps everything.
Right.
Which also means thought process and being smart.
Okay, if she hadn't made out with him, he would have nothing to lose. I'm literally trying to stick up for him in the way of he would have been like Thor in Infinity War, because in Infinity War he had nothing else to lose, right? He had
Had she
nothing.
not
Everybody had died.
stopped him.
So if she had not stopped him, he would have gone and done the right thing.
Had she not stopped him, he would have run into the battle with a head full of anger, unable to think clearly. Being able to think clearly when you're fighting for your life is extremely important.
He's not fighting for his life. He's fighting for hers.
Yes, but technically when he's actually in the midst of the battle, he's fighting the vampires to stay alive himself. She's not standing next to him. He's not literally fighting the vampires to stay away from her.
You're right. She's not standing next to him. He's covered in her stink. She's covered in his stink in the middle of the nowhere. Wow. That's pretty bright.
Shut up already. Do as you're told. I'm your mother.
Oh, we forgot to give the Rotten Tomato scores.
We're too busy arguing.
Reasonably. The audience,
Gives it a 60.
which is so high. The critics give it a more reasonable 48. What would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I actually give it a 6.
Oh, so you're right around the same spot with the people you just said with. See, I'm actually less than the critics. I'll give it a 2 because they had a cool battle.
Okay.
That's what gives it such a high score for me. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So until next time, I'm your host, Jason. No, wait. There's a bunch of stuff I'm supposed to say. You can watch the show on Fact TV Channel 8, Thursdays at 8:30, Fridays at 7. Email us at gorystorytime@yahoo.com. Like us on Facebook. Watch back episodes on factate.com. You can like Fact TV on Facebook, but you probably have if you're watching this live right now.
Pig.
Yeah, until next time, I'm your host, Jason. This is my mom. Sweet dreams.